Hello guys, it's Rossen from Tactical Performance here, and today for you tactical Hyve fans we will discuss an interesting topic: how to make your rifle shooting platform way more efficient. The effect of the retraction, and we spoke before how to actually use the effect of the retraction when you're building your pistol stance. You remember that isosceles triangle that we form with both of our arms and the straight back, and how we need to keep that triangle all the time exactly the same, regardless of your posture, regardless of your position of shooting. Why we need to do it? So that will guarantee a very repetitive behavior of the handgun. So our goal today is to see how we can use that same effect, the retraction effect, but when you're actually forming our shooting platform with the rifle or carbine or just with any kind of AR-15. It's not necessary actually to be only AR-15 platform, any kind of a long weapon system. So here we're not going to talk about isosceles triangle that is formed with the arms. Here we'll talk about a right triangle. All right, let's have a quick rehearsal about the actual meaning of that retraction effect. When you did that with the pistol, what we did is actually creating your shooting stance, then separate your grip and put your fist next to each other just for comfort, and I'll find some kind of a stable platform that I can brace with my entire body weight against. Now I will hyperextend my shoulders up, simply will relax the shoulder joints and all the muscles that actually operates the shoulder joints, and my upper torso will sink because of gravity and mass forward until cannot go further back, right? What's happening actually, the torso meets the limitation of the shoulder joint, the arms cannot move further back. From there, you can imagine that there's a rope falling from the sky and you're holding that rope and you're pulling that rope slightly down. That will engage the lateral muscles. That will create a lashing effect. Imagine that you want to build a cage from different wooden sticks, and actually you use rope to lash them together in that configuration. Now we're using the lateral muscles to actually keep the configuration of our skeletal structure together in that geometry. Why that is so important? You're actually building your shooting platform based on your skeletal structure, not on the muscular tension. Why? Muscles have the tendency to react under stress, different emotional states, and etc. What's happened with the bones under stress? Absolutely nothing. And if you rely actually on that shooting platform that is based on your skeletal structure, that platform will be way more consistent regardless of your emotional state. Now, with the rifle, obviously we're not going to build that isosceles triangle here, but we are going to use our control hand. Remember guys, we are not calling it support hand, it's the control hand. Why? Because it guarantees more control over the weapon system. Now we'll do exactly the same, just with one hand, just with our control hand here. I will brace against the car. Nice car, by the way, Charles. And from here I will hyperextend my shoulder. And again, I will relax the shoulder muscles here and will let my upper torso to sink in until my arm doesn't move further away. So I use the limitation of that shoulder joint to gain more stability in that platform. From here, I will engage the lateral muscles to actually lash that configuration together with my torso. And From that position, wherever I move my arm, this is where my torso will be connected to it, and my pelvis will be connected to the torso. So basically, my shooting platform is the pelvis that is carrying the torso, and the torso is connected with my control hand. Probably you heard about a turret of a tank. So when you do a multiple target engagement or you're shooting on a move, you need to keep your upper body like a turret of a tank, right? But what that turret of the tank actually is, that's exactly that. Your pelvis connected with the torso, and torso is connected to your arms in that configuration that's supposed to stay super consistent all the time. The only thing to do is to engage that lateral muscles in order to keep the skeletal structure in that proper configuration. Remember, to get the maximum efficiency from that effect, what you need to do is to stiffen your wrist and stiffen your elbow, totally immobilize them. Imagine that, any kind of joints do not exist there. How to do that? It's very easy. Actually, to stiffen a tendon, you need to engage the muscle groups that are in front and after that's a specific joint, right? So it's exactly the same with the wrist. You're engaging the palm, obviously you're gripping the rifle, and you're engaging the forearm. For the elbow, the forearm is already engaged, and you involve a little bit of a tricep. Try to avoid actually engaging the bicep, right? So imagine that there is no joint in your wrist, there's no joint in your elbow, and you keep everything consistent. Like this, actually you're creating a skeletal structure, not a muscular support. All right, so what we'll do right now, we'll do a live fire exercise, a live fire drill that have the intent to test the efficiency of the shooting platform that we've already built. As you know, we in TPC are preaching for a passive management of the recoil and a muzzle flip. You know from the pistol videos that the grip is responsible to return the sights to alignment and the stance to return that alignment to the same point of aim. Now, with the rifle, we'll test that theory as well. So let's build our shooting platform as we just discussed really quickly. Right, we call that hand the control hand. So the idea is to push just with this hand. You have a stable platform here. First thing that we'll do a little test about is there a proper friction on the shoulder. So the only thing that we'll do is I'll have one hand on the shoulder and I will hook my other hand. I will have a slight pull. The idea is not to be able to pull that stock out. Now, from here, we'll gain safety off. As you can see, shooting hand is not on the rifle. So I will pull the trigger for him. He will observe only if the rifle after the shot is returning to the same spot each and every time. So we're excluding the human factor of the trigger pull out of the equation of that shooting platform. You ready?
Ready.
Let's do it. Right, safety will be on and let it hang. So how do you feel about that? The idea is to stay absolutely consistent, right, and passive.
Yeah, it definitely came back to the recoil impulse, ran its course, and it basically went right back to where it was.
And that's our intent, to make a very cycle-based behavior of the rifle. So anytime when you actually try to engage a target with a multiple shots, regardless of the distance, obviously there will be a different rhythm of engagement. But if you build a correct shooting stance, everything is okay, and your shooting platform is kind of lashed together, the rifle is supposed to return by itself to the same point or the same acceptable margin of error of engagement. That's the biomechanics. That's the science behind it. All right, so we call that target the cross of truth because it will show you the truth. It will be honest with you guys, right? You place the dot here in that very small rectangle, that's very small square actually, and we'll patiently wait that red dot to return over and over again. How do you feel about that exercise?
It was pretty cool. These four I definitely felt like we were pretty close, and then this one just kind of got away from us. I think that was the last one.
The only reason of that is you kind of anticipate the shot and you try to push the rifle with your body a little bit.
Yeah.
Nothing else. That's the only reason that shot is a little bit low.
Okay.
So the idea is kind of to exclude the human and emotional factor out of the equation and to actually build everything based on the pure biomechanical efficiency at that point. Awesome stuff.
All right, cool.
So we've built our shooting platform really steady based on a skeletal structure, not on a muscular tension. Now let's actually put everything together right now. We'll add the shooting hand, but what we need to stay focused on, do not allow that shooting hand actually to affect the actual shooting platform. Simply wrap it around the pistol grip, and the main focus is only to manipulate the trigger with it. Right? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to shoot several rounds from 7 yards using 1-inch dot. Now I'll place my red dot on the top target, and you see that shadow target over there? I'm not going to be concerned to calculate the offset between the point of aim and point of impact, because that will be significant at that distance. I will place my red dot here, and most of the hits supposed to be in that shadow dot there. I don't want to worry about calculating that offset. The only thing that I need to verify here is how consistent and how repetitive my dot is returning to the same place. All right, let's try it. All right, so that's a cool drill that we do in the TPC Carbine Mastery. Check the efficiency of your shooting platform. Am I punching that rifle a little bit, or they're going to the right? You see? I told you. So as you can see, the first string that I've shot, my hits are slightly to the right? And there's only one reason for that. I was not isolating the shooting hand properly. So I was pushing, every shot I was pushing a little bit against my shoulder with that shooting hand. All right, so I analyzed what happened, what was wrong at that point. Then I focused to keep that shooting hand absolutely passive. The only thing that shooting hand's supposed to do is to manipulate the trigger like you want to say to somebody, come here, come here. Only finger movement over there. And as you can see, we have 5 shots exactly on that shadow target underneath the actual targets. That actually, it's a calculated offset between the point of aim, point of impact. But that's our final goal. 7 yards, really simple drill. Also, we're shooting so small targets, so the targets will be really fair to you. They are small, so even if you have a small mistake, clearly the target will indicate what's wrong there. That helps you to narrow your focus, fix it, and actually to get as close to perfection as you can be. So you can download that target. You can find the link attached below. Try that exercise. The distance is 7 yards, 7 yards with the rifle. Put your efficient shooting stance, shooting platform with the rifle on a test, and please share with the Tactical Hyve how you do. We'll be pretty active there, and we'll try to give you some advices if you struggle with something there. All right, if you like the video, don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe to Tactical Hyve. And again, guys, stay interactive. By the way, remember, more hot skills, less cool gear. Till the next time.